Hey everybody, this is Flo Nicholas with Real Estate Solutions for Colorado Springs by the Nicholas Power Team. I am here with Bill McAfee, the CEO of Empire Title. Very animated, but you know what? He's going to give you the right information you need to know about what's going on right here in Colorado Springs. So Bill, there's a lot going on with the housing market. What is the current real estate trends for Colorado Springs?
You know what, Flo, first of all, thank you. I'm proud to work with your team. Second of all, I want to share something with you. Nobody thought a little country like Greece, the size of Alabama with 11 million people, would cause interest rates to do this. And if you're looking on this side, they're dropping like crazy. The bottom line that we're seeing out here in today's market is, even though Ben Bernanke, who was talking about short-term rates, says they're going to be down for 2 years, that has nothing to do with 15 and 30-year mortgages. And here's what I want to say to buyers in this market. They're phenomenal right now, but it's world events that are causing them to be where they're at. So that's one thing I wouldn't gamble on. In fact, I can't find a time in history where they were lower. So as a buyer in today's market, one of the things I would be adamant about is take advantage of these rates, because you don't want to lose out on these. Our market is divided into two very different markets. We got like the 250,000 below,
right,
and then we got the 250,000 and above. 75% of the homes in our market are selling below 250.
Wow.
And you know what, Flo, it's not because there's not great deals in the 500 to the 600,000. It's simply the incomes in our current market seem to yield. That's where people can buy. Right. Now, an interesting thought for both buyers and sellers. If you're a buyer in the upper range market, I mean, the 300 to 400 is starting to come back, but I'll explain why here in a second.
Okay.
But once you get up above 4 and you're really shooting up, I would say this to sellers: you better have your house in perfect condition, and it better be priced right, because you're just going to be sitting there a long time if you don't. Especially 700, 800, a million. If you're not priced right, you're just not going to move, period. It's got to be in great condition. Now, I'd also say this to those buyers in the market that's down below 200. You may be seeing things on a national level where they're saying put low bid offers in on those. I'm telling you, in our current market, if it's under 200,000, that property's in good shape. Yeah. You're not going to get it at 50%. You won't get it at 70%. You probably won't even get it at 80%. Our inventory levels are so low in that range, and with interest rates being the way they are, that inventory is going to disappear out of there. So if you're in a buyer in that 200,000 below and possibly 250 and below, take advantage of these interest rates and jump in, because our inventory levels just aren't going to last. Now, if you're up and above that, then yeah, I'll give a little bit of slack. Buyers, you can probably take a little bit of time, but it's still, as you move up, the market gets soft. As you're down below is now where you want to be in and making your play. Investors that are out there in our market, and this is something that I love working with your team, because again, what can happen is our rental rates and vacancy rates in our market are so incredibly low right now. You can carry positive cash flows out of these. So one of the places for investors to be making right now is to buy a rental property, put people in there, go for that appreciation over the next 5 to 10 years, and then turn out and sell if you don't want to be a property manager for the rest of your life.
Right.
Okay? So we're seeing some opportunity because of the interest rates. We're seeing two very divided markets. The one thing I'd like to say, in the below 250,000, those inventory levels are getting so low that even new builds are starting to come in, because we simply don't have the inventory in there.
Wow.
One of the last things that I would say to you, whether you're a buyer or a seller in this market, and I'm going to reiterate because we started out with this, interest rates are at a time that we've never seen before, and some people think prices are going to come down. And in the upper range prices, 500,000, 600,000, I still believe we'll see softening in that. But here's one thing I am telling you is the 200 below have done corrected. And if you think they're going to come down, even in the upper range, take the interest rate up a point or two and calculate how much that would cost you over the life of that 15 or that 30-year mortgage versus maybe coming down by 4 or 5%. You'll frankly be astonished. So those are some things that I would talk about in our local market, and there's definitely opportunity here. And it's funny because in any market, we don't know the bottom till we're through it.
Right.
And in that lower end, I really believe we probably are. So now is some opportunity, and I think people should take advantage of it.
That's some excellent advice. And now we're dealing with a lot of sellers right now that have taken their homes off the market, and they're like, yeah, I'll wait a little bit. What's your advice for that? You know,
I would say it depends on your price range. Okay. If you're up in $1 million price range, we have over 3 years of inventory in that, and so it's not. I don't know that jumping back into this market would be fantastic. You know, if they can rent it or they don't need to sell, I probably would hold in that price range right now. If you're 250 or you're 200 and below as a seller, most of the time, you know, people want to come on in the summer and sell.
Right.
This winter, because of what interest rates are doing, I think you could sell in fact, Here's something I'm going to tell you: the $300,000 to $400,000 price range, even though we're not seeing price increases in that yet, over the last 2 years, that price range is selling more units, and it's improved more than any. And the reason it has, because interest rates have been so low, those people who were in the who could qualify into the upper 2s can now move up into the 3s, and the values on the 400s are sliding down into the 3s.
Wow,
so
that's
the thing you may not realize, over the last 2 years, the homes that sold more in a price range and improved the most is the 3 to 400.
Wow. So you heard it here. Is this the time to buy right now, Bill?
In the lower price ranges, absolutely. You cannot mess around with these interest rates. The smoking gun is interest rates. And if you got cash, you know, then maybe take a little time. But frankly, most people I know are buying on loans.
Okay, well, you heard it here, and this is correct information. Bill is amazing when it comes to the current real estate market trends, especially here in Colorado Springs. So you can't go wrong with the advice that he just gave you. So this is the time to buy, and sounds like it's a time to sell too. If you need for more information, check us out on Real Estate Solutions for Colorado Springs by the Nicholas Powell Team. Thanks again, Bill.
Thank you. Bye.